Catch up tayo about life, career, love, relationships, and many more.
Kaya samahan mo kami magtawanan at kwentuhan over anything under the sun.
Tara!
Kape?
Hey everyone, welcome back to Tara Kape Podcast.
Hi guys, welcome back. So, how was your week, sis?
It went well, very, very well.
Why? What happened ba?
Well, first,
New
new
hairdo!
life, new hair, new life. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
been a while, diba, since the last time I got my hair done. 2015 pa yung last. So,
Mm-mm.
ayun, I decided to get my hair done before my birthday. And then, we
Yeah.
also had a staycation lang this week. How about you, sis?
Nice. Ako naman, busy as usual with work. And ngayong Saturday din busy kasi I attended the seminar, ganyan.
Mm.
So, yeah. Actually, productive week pero at the same time tired din. So can't wait for tomorrow
Mm-mm.
to rest.
Yeah,
Ayun.
rest
So,
day.
yeah. So sis, anong pag-uusapan natin today?
Well, in a nutshell, ang pag-uusapan natin today is about goals and systems.
Yan. So, ba't natin pag-uusapan yung goals? Ano ba yung goals in the first place?
Okay, so individually, sis, we have different definitions and understanding of what a goal is. But for the
Yeah.
sake of this podcast and for us to be on the same boat, according to Lifehack.org, a goal is an idea of the future or desired result that a person or a group of people envision, plan, and commit to achieve. So if you think about it, we actually have goals for almost all aspects in our lives. For example, there are personal development goals, career goals, educational goals, health goals, family and relationships, spiritual, social, and the list goes on. And
Yeah.
further, these goals can actually be based um can be set based on time and duration. So, yung mga sinabi kong goals kanina, it can be either long-term, short-term, or pretty much a lifetime. Ikaw, sis, what do you think
Yeah.
about goals? Ano ba ang goals para sa'yo?
Siyempre, itong life goals na to, ito yung mga bagay na we really want to achieve. And it is also something that we give our 100% effort and energy to, di ba? And
Yeah.
yun nga, like what you said, goals can be anything. It can be small, it can be big. Actually, it can be short-term pa nga or long-term, di ba? So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, whenever I think of my goals then, I really get excited not only because of the destination or end result, but also the journey or the
Mm,
progress, di ba? So, bakit
yeah.
ba important tong mga goals na to?
Well, in my opinion, these goals actually represent the decisions that we make and the commitments that we take in order to
Yeah.
reach attainment and break some bad habits, and in return, adopt useful habits and achieve more in different areas of our lives. Also, they enable us to achieve and focus in life by helping us determine what we want, tulad nga ng sinabi mo kanina. And lastly, they also keep us motivated and propelled constantly, which actually puts us in a state of action. And when properly pursued, these goals could actually help us maximize the one and only life that we have to live.
Yeah, that's true. And also, these goals kasi are really important. Kasi, itong mga goals na to, sila yung nagbi-build or shape sa atin, like our
Mm-mm.
character, our skills, our values, our habits, etc. And it actually makes us learn about patience, consistency, and commitment. So, aside from that, um, during the progress, it also makes us make sacrifices and also makes us embrace our journey. So, the progress we
Mm-mm.
make each day, no matter how big or small, parang over time na appreciate natin sila. So, in short, this goals gives us meaning, purpose, and in return, gives us growth and happiness, di ba?
Now that we have defined what our goals is, ano ba sa tingin mo yung makakatulong para ma-achieve yung mga goals na yun?
So, syempre, first of all, di ba, let's be honest, lahat tayo nagsiset ng goals and we tend to list them down, di ba? Like in a piece of paper or sa notes natin and
Mm-mm.
wonder why some of it di pa rin na-achieve until now. So, this brings us to the question, why? Bakit nga ba? So, pansinin nyo, like, we all have the same goals. Like, for example, losing weight. Person A and B both started to work out by January 1, for example. Then by the end of the year, person A loses more pounds than person B. Pero if titingnan mo, both of them did consistent workouts every day, but bakit kaya they have different results? So
Mm-hmm.
dito, it's more likely because of the system. So if goals are the what, these systems are basically the how. So
Yes.
systems, 'di ba? Systems are actually the means by which we accomplish our goals. So it's all about creating a repeatable set of actions that will actually makes us move closer in achieving these goals. Ayun.
Yeah. Yeah. So ngayon naman, I'm going to share bakit nga ba importante yung mga systems ngayon. So remember that goals are actually good for setting directions or planning your progress, but the systems are best for making progress, 'di ba? So
Yeah.
also I'm gonna state an example. Imagine you have a messy room and then you decided na ang goal mo is to be able to clean it. Now, you're going to be able to summon the energy to tidy up that room in order to have a clean room. But it's just a short-term goal for now, 'di ba? As in for now lang. Kasi if you maintain that same katamaran or that, sloppy habits that led to the messy room in the first place, you'll be soon looking at a new pile of clutter again and hoping for
Yeah.
another burst of motivation to clean your room. So you're going to be left chasing the same outcome because you never changed the system behind it. So you treated a symptom without addressing the cause. Ngayon, ako naman, I'm gonna share what I actually do. So let's say I'm sort of a clean freak, honestly. So what
Mm-mm.
I do is in order to maintain the cleanliness and the tidiness of my room or the areas around me. So when I wake up, I automatically, so after I wake up, I stretch and then automatically I'm going to tidy up my bed before I actually go out of the door. Kasi I know that if I actually go out of the door without making my bed, I'm probably not gonna do it na
Mm-mm.
later. As in, tatama ka na
Yeah.
hanggang sa makatulog ka na gano'n pa rin yung bed mo. So, the system there is that before I actually go out of the door, I make sure that I actually tidy up my room. So, yun yung kailangan mong i-practice. Hindi yung tipong kagaya kanina na example ko is you're just gonna clean up your room kasi nakita mo na makalat siya. Like every time na makalat, saka ka lang mag-clean. That is
Mm-mm.
that's not a good habit to practice or a system that you should actually use or parang adapt.
Yeah. So, kaya because of that example, makikita natin lahat na creating a system is really significant kasi
Mm-mm.
it actually makes us focus more on the how, more on the actions that we
Yeah.
need to take. Kasi we tend to lose motivation agad whenever we just think about the goal mismo eh. Kasi for
Mm-mm.
example, dun sa example mo na gusto mo linisin yung kwarto mo, like you're just thinking about it pero you're not doing something about it, 'di
Yeah,
ba?
exactly. It's just in your
Yeah.
head, but you're not doing
Mm.
actions.
Yeah, tsaka another example would be, yun nga, losing weight again. So, for example, I want to lose weight, I need to exercise. Then it doesn't happen kasi sinasabi ko lang, nagiging parang
Mm.
drawing lang siya. But when I
Yeah.
say, but when I say it's 5 p.m., it's time to exercise, that's when the system comes in. So,
Yep.
itong system na to, actually makes us create an action or routine rather than just simply having a motivation, di ba? So,
Mm-mm.
if to compare goals with systems, goals are more of target-based lang, while systems are skill-based, di ba?
Mm-mm. Yeah, and just to add, I also wanted to share din bakit significant yung system. So, a lot of people kasi, di ba, I've mentioned last time dun sa previous episode natin that we people are very results driven. So, we always think
Yeah.
that we need to change the results, but actually the results are not really the problem. What we really need to change are the systems that cause those results. So, when you solve problems at the results level, you only solve them temporarily. So, in order to improve for good, you need to solve problems at the systems level. Kasi if you fix the inputs, definitely the outputs are actually going to be different. Now, if you also fall in love with the process rather than the product, you don't need to wait to give yourself permission to be happy, kasi you can already
Mm-mm.
be satisfied anytime as long as your system is running. And lastly, ayun nga, the purpose of setting goals is for you to win the game. But the purpose of building systems is for you to continue playing the game. Now, true long term thinking is goal-less thinking. It's not about any single accomplishment. It's actually about, a cycle of endless refinement and continuous improvement. And ultimately, it is your commitment to the process that will determine your progress. Kaya importante talaga that you actually have systems set in place.
Yeah. So actually, it's all about consistency and commitment in creating that
Mm-mm.
system, then, di ba? So some
Yeah.
of you might ask, how do we transform a goal into an actionable system? So, sis, gusto mo mag-share ng mga experiences on how you create or how did you create or design your own system in match with your goals?
Okay, sige. I'm going to share at least two of my goals and how I actually um maintain those goals or achieve those goals. But let's mag-alternate na lang tayo, okay?
Sure.
So the first one that I'm going to share is actually maintaining daily productivity. Actually, this goal has been here for like a lifetime already, because as far as I can remember, siguro I've already had a system to maintain daily productivity since I was in high school. And but since we're talking about the present, let me share with you what system I have set in place right now. But before that, background lang. Currently, I am actually unemployed because I resigned last May, so that was a month ago. So this actually means that I have free time, more free time in my hands. But the thing is, I don't want to end up sitting around watching Netflix or TikTok videos all day, because that's gonna defeat
Guilty.
that's gonna defeat my goal of productivity. So ano ba yung mga ginagawa kong systems or parang routines in order for me to maintain my daily productivity? Number one is I actually plan. So yung planning stage ko na yon, I actually do it every Sunday. So I allot Sunday. So that's tomorrow. I allot Sundays as parang my weekly planning, wherein I'm going to lay down every task or everything that I need to do for like the whole week ahead. So let's say Monday I'm gonna do this, Tuesday I'm gonna do that. So this actually helps me parang get a better view of how my week is gonna be. So if ever that someone is gonna ask me out, let's say tayong dalawa sis, you're going to ask me parang pwede ba tayo magkita this week, I could actually get parang an overview na, ay, okay, pwede akong makipagkita kay sis kasi I don't have anything going on Saturday or on Sunday. So, ganun yon. And also, yung number two naman is, this is not a new concept. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are doing this. But the second one is time blocking. Now, yung time blocking naman is basically, so daily, what you do with time blocking is you allot a certain task or a certain parang thing that you have to do per hour or 2 hours. So let's say I actually wake up at, let's say, around 6 a.m. And then, so 7 a.m. to 8 a.m., I'm gonna work out. And then 8 a.m. to 10 a.m., I'm gonna take a bath. I'm gonna eat my breakfast, ganon. And then 10 to 12 noon, I'm actually going to look for job opportunities. So something like that. But the thing is with time blocking, hindi naman all the time kailangan per hour, per minute, meron nakalagay. You could take rest, okay? It's just that I
Mm-mm.
like time blocking because yun na nga, it helps me maintain daily productivity because I know na kailangan may gawin ako for that particular time. Because if I just think of it na parang, okay, sige, if I don't write it down, I'm that person. If I don't write it down or I don't put it in my calendar or planner, it's either makakaligtaan ko siyang gawin or tatamarin akong gawin. Dahil
Mm-mm.
parang hindi ko naman siya masyadong iniisip. It's just floating in my head. So parang yung sinabi mo nga
Yeah.
kanina yung regarding sa workout. If I'm just gonna tell myself, okay, sige, bukas I'm gonna work out. But I don't actually allot time for it kung kailan ko siya gagawin. Most likely, I'm not gonna be able to do it because
Yeah.
floating idea lang siya. So that's what I do. So planning and time blocking in order to maintain my daily productivity. How about you, sis? Ano yung goal na pwede mo may share?
Okay, so ako naman, when the pandemic started kasi, I had a goal which is to learn a new skill. So, I wanted to learn how to jump rope that time. So, at first, I got all hyped up and excited in learning a lot of jump rope tricks. So, ang ginawa ko before is I created a system. Sabi ko, during the first week, every 5:30 after working hours, I need to watch tutorials and basta ma-fulfill ko yung goal ko na kailangan ko matuto ng maximum of 5 jump rope tricks plus the basic jump in that whole week. And at first, sabi ko, madali lang yan, kayang-kaya. But then, at the end of the week, I saw my videos and parang, oh my gosh, no, parang masyado ako nag-set ng really high expectations for myself.
Yeah.
So, during that first week, nawalan akong gana and it really made me lose my motivation when I saw na I was really doing bad with the tricks and all. So,
Mm-mm.
during that time, I told myself, baka this is not for me kasi hindi ako gumagaling. But after a few days of contemplating, sabi ko sa sarili ko, no, I need to start all over again kasi alam kong kaya ko. But this time, with a much better system. So, ang ginawa kong new system is, for the first and second week, I need to do just the basic jumps and reach a maximum of, let's say, around more than 100 skips or jumps, ganyan. Pero basta for the first and second week, I'm just gonna do the basics. And then after after those 2 weeks, I'll need to learn a new jump rope trick and so on and so forth. Like every week, new trick. And every night, I need to watch jump rope tutorial videos. And on weekends, I joined virtual jump rope classes if merong pinopost yung mga fina-follow ko online. So, ayun nga, doon ko na-realize doon sa experience na yun na you don't need better goals nga. You just need better systems. So, from that experience, natuto na rin ako like to um, adjust or change um, my systems, ganyan, and not give up on that goal I had in mind in the first place. Ayun.
That's really nice because ayun na nga, it actually gave you parang the realization that your goal wasn't the problem, but the problem lies in the system that you had,
Yeah.
and then you actually changed that system. So ako naman, moving on, last goal na to actually. One of my personal development goals is to be a better public speaker or parang a better speaker in general. So that means being able to gather my thoughts effectively and parang effectively deliver them to our listeners or to my listeners. So, ano ba yung ginagawa ko in order for me to achieve those goals? So, number one is reading. So, reading a book or reading some excerpts online. Ngayon kasi, yung
Mm-mm.
sa reading reading books, I actually set a goal also, a mini goal or a sub goal na dapat per month, I'm actually gonna read at least one book. So what I did was, kasi meron akong nag-subscribe ako sa dun sa ebook something. Basta I
Yeah.
got a subscription wherein I paid for like the whole ebook library. Ayun. So, ang ginawa ko is, naglatag na ako ng 12 books. So, that means for like the whole year, na yun yung babasahin ko. But I also told myself na if I don't want the book and then disregard it, you don't have to like the book that you're currently reading. The important thing is, I'm gonna be able to finish one book a month. So, ang ginagawa ko is, every afternoon, at least, or before I actually go to bed, I allot at least parang an hour in order to finish one chapter. Basta 1 hour, I'm going to read talaga. And if ever man, let's say parang sumobra na or tinatamad ako, basta dapat maka 1 hour ako, then I'm gonna shut it off. So, that makes me, parang meron akong accountability sa sarili ko na alam ko na dapat one
Mm-mm.
hour a day, I'm actually gonna read a book. And then another thing that I actually do in
Yeah.
order for me to be able to speak better is, yun nga, dito sa podcast, we actually do outlining. So, ano ba yung ginagawa namin sa outlining? Basically, before we actually record every episode, we actually do outline. So, gagawa si Natalia ng outline, I'm gonna check the outline, I'm gonna approve it, and then revise, ganon ganon. So this outline actually serves as our discussion guide, and so
Yeah.
we actually wouldn't get derailed kasi most often than not, if yun nga, if we don't have an outline at hand, yung thoughts namin sasabog yan kung saan-saan, kung ano-ano na yung mapag-uusapan, and then hindi na
Yeah.
magiging effective yung
Yeah.
podcast namin in the first place. So those are the two things that I actually do in order for me to be able to speak better.
So ngayon, since we finally understand what systems are, syempre yung mga systems, meron din silang misconceptions, and we also
For
tend to make
sure.
mistakes.
Yeah.
And we usually encounter this during the process. So may share ka bang misconception about systems?
Yep, of course. So, yung una kong natutunan is that, a system is not a one size fits all. No matter how ideal or effective parang one system is, it doesn't guarantee that it will also work for you too, because there are other factors that you need to consider, such as your habits, your priorities, your mindset, and etc. Your system should actually be able to adapt on a personal level, and it should be specifically designed by you and for you. So kumbaga, every system is unique because it has its own DNA. Now, you can only use the systems that you see online or hear from others as a guide. But ultimately, you still need to design your own system because you know yourself better, and what
Mm-mm.
can help you simplify your tasks and be more effective and efficient.
Yeah, that's true. And just to add, of course, nga, if it doesn't fit or work for you so far, no matter how motivated or consistent you are, you can keep adding more and more adjustments to your system. And
Mm-mm.
actually, it doesn't mean you failed, diba? You
Yeah.
just analyze like the cause of those negative results. And you can actually make necessary changes based on whatever fits you in order to see better results. Kasi itong mga results na to, it's actually part of you growing as well din, di ba?
Mm-mm. Yeah, and just to add to what you said nga, yun, we can actually revise our systems even though it's already set in place. Kasi many people
Mm-mm.
think kasi na if you have a system set in place, ayan na yan, as in it's set in stone, you can't change it anymore. But that's a misconception. You can actually change your systems kasi if your system is not delivering the goal that you want, or parang it's not helping you attain your goal, then you can actually revise revise or eliminate it completely and create a new one. Because, at the
Mm-mm.
end of the day, no system is perfect, and you would really need to try and try to build until such a time that it is already doing its job and it's attaining the goal. And also, napansin ko lang na for example, yung kanina about me maintaining daily productivity, the system that I have set in place when I was in high school is not the same system that I have now. But the thing is, I have the
Mm-mm.
same goal. Pero, iba na yung priorities ko, iba na yung time ko, iba na yung mindset ko. So, I also had to adapt my system based on how I am now. But the goal is actually the same.
Yeah, that's true. So, another thing pala, may na-encounter akong mistake before regarding this. Like, for example, once you reach your goal, you stop with the
Hinto ka na.
consistent good habits. You stop with the
Mm-mm.
system. Like, for example, with my experience, kasi, di ba before I ran the marathon. So, like, tuwing may race or pag may marathon na event, dun ko lang ginagamit yung system ko. Like, I run every other day and even on
Mm-mm.
weekends. I eat less. And then, I just set a schedule every day for my daily runs, ganyan. And fast forward to the marathon, I was able to finish it with the medal and I was able to achieve my goal pace, distance, and time. Pero after that marathon event, I stopped running na. I stopped with the system that I created because I was able to reach my goal already. So parang kung titingnan mo,
Mm-mm.
it's actually a bad habit kasi ako kasi yung one of my long-term goals talaga is to become a runner. Like, I get to travel around the world and get to join the marathon events doon. Pero naisip ko, hindi ko siya ma-achieve if I keep on creating this gap sa system ko. Like, I just use
Mm-mm.
this system kapag alam kong may need
Mm-mm.
akong i-achieve, 'di ba? Then
Yeah.
kapag okay na yung goal, then I stop. So parang what's the point of having a long-term system if hindi mo rin siya gagawin consistently, di ba?
Yeah, consistency is key talaga.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm. Yeah, and sometimes kasi, 'di ba, people think na when you have a system, yun na nga, po pwede kang mag-lapse, but the purpose nga of the system is for you to be consistent and accountable for that system.
Mm-mm.
Dahil at the end of the day, you're the one who's actually doing the actions naman din.
Mm-mm. That's
Yeah.
true. So, because of this, syempre, yung mga listeners natin, mapaisip rin din sila kung paano ba tong system sa to? Like, how do we stick to it? May share ka bang tips dyan on how to make your systems stick?
Mm-mm. Yeah, my first tip is actually, yun na nga, in relation to what I said a while ago, you have to design your own system based on your
Mm-mm.
personal preference, or it has to be adaptable. So, I'm gonna state an example na lang. I am actually a morning person. Ikaw, sis, you're not a morning person. Let's be
Night
honest.
person.
Yeah, you're a night
Night
person.
owl.
So even if, let's say, kunwari, I actually parang, I also want to be able to adapt, parang a healthy habit wherein I'm gonna work out kasi you also do that. But hindi po pwedeng idikta ko sa sarili ko na hapon ako mag-workout kasi hapon ka nag-workout. No, it's not like
Mm-mm.
that. I should work out during the time that I feel energized, which is during the morning. So that's when I actually wake up. That's when I mostly feel active, or I feel
Yeah.
active the most rather. So dapat yung systems na gagawin mo, it should be adaptable kasi ikaw nga yung nag-design yan eh. It has to be able to adapt to what you are doing, not what other people around you are doing kasi ikaw yung gagawa niyan.
Mm-mm. That's
That's my
correct.
first step. Ikaw,
Okay.
sis.
So, yung first step ko is actually related to that. Like, once you list your goals, you need to assess your system, the system that you created. Kasi, there are other people na sobrang strict sa ginagawa nilang system. Like,
True.
papatayin nila yung sarili nila and you'll
Mm.
go beyond your limit talaga kasi alam mo
Yeah.
with that kind of system, ma-achieve mo yung certain goal na yon as soon as possible. So, ang tip ko is to just create systems that make you appreciate and love your progress and at the same time provide results. Kasi, yun nga, may system ka, pero like, hindi ka naman masaya. So,
Masaya, oo.
what's the point, di
Yeah.
ba? Yun.
Yeah, tama naman. Ako naman, my second tip is you have to make your system easy to execute and actually realistic. Because, one of the most common reasons you don't stick to your system is because it is not easy to execute or it's unrealistic. In short, it's so hard to attain or it's unattainable. You can accomplish almost anything you set your mind to with concrete steps that you can complete. Pero you can actually dream big, but make sure that your systems are attainable within that time frame you set and are actionable rather than being conceptual. Kasi marami sa atin ang sobrang idealistic na we can do this, we can do
Mm-mm.
that. Isasalpak mo lahat. But girl, one of the thing that I actually learned kunwari sa time blocking na lang is that I need to allot time to rest. I need to allot time to breathe. Hindi yung salpak ka na lang salpak, yes ka lang ng yes. No, that's not
Yeah.
the case. It's not gonna be healthy for you. Dapat yung system mo, you have to be parang lenient ka rin eh. Basta kung ano yung sa tingin mong kaya mo, kailangan maging realistic ka. Hindi po pwedeng isasalpak mo lahat. Kasi ideally, you want to achieve a lot of things every day. Pero, it comes to a point na nagsasuffer na yung physical and mental health mo, perhaps. So, yun. You have to make your system easy to execute and at the same time, realistic.
Yeah. Actually, I can relate kasi I have experience before na ganyan ako gumawa ng system. Like, kilala mo naman ako, di ba? I like
Mm-mm.
doing a lot of things.
Yeah.
And dun ako mas namomotivate. Pero hindi eh. Parang kailangan kung ano lang yung swak sa'yo, kung ano lang yung kaya
Mm-mm.
mo. Kasi kahit maging ganun man yung system mo, maraming ginagawa, it's not gonna be effective eh kung titingnan mo.
Yep, that's
Ganun.
true.
Yeah, and another tip that I could share is you can try to involve others. It's actually good to involve other people kasi you can
Yeah.
either inspire them or they can help you design your system. And these friends of yours can actually help you track your progress or pwede sila yung mag-remind sa'yo to
Accountability
push.
bodies.
Yeah, accountability bodies, di ba? So yun nga, you can influence these people as well to design their own systems para sabay-sabay kayo mag-track and mag-update ng daily progress nyo. And over time, it actually becomes a habit na for the both of you. Yun.
Mm. And that's actually a good thing kasi 'di ba hindi lang ikaw yung nag improve the other person
Mm-mm.
or the parang
Yeah.
your accountability buddies get to improve themselves as well. Okay, so
Yes.
ako naman, lastly, your system has to be attractive and satisfying or enjoyable. So for instance, if you think about it, let's say ako, kunwari, I also wanted to lose weight. Pero the workouts that I'm doing is something I don't enjoy or feeling ko boring or hirap na hirap ako. I couldn't expect myself to stick to those workouts because in the first place, hindi ako naglo-look forward gawin siya. So, in order
Mm-mm.
for you to stick to your systems, you have to make sure that it's something that you enjoy, na motivate ka, natutuwa ka. It's so simple, 'di ba? Parang if you think about it, ay sobrang simple nung sinabi ni Sofia. But actually, it's hard. It's hard to do talaga to make your systems enjoyable, but it's possible. Even if it's hard, it's possible to do it. You have to parang adapt some ways in order to make your systems enjoyable for you. So let's say, kunwari, i-reward mo yung sarili mo with something small. That's not bad, okay? It's not bad. It's for you to be able to stick to your system naman.
Yeah. So, ayun. So, hopefully, this episode will be helpful to a lot of, to our listeners, di ba? Kasi, a lot of us have, syempre, marami tayong goals, pero nagtataka tayo bakit some of it di pa rin na-achieve until now. So, I hope this episode will be helpful to you guys para ma-achieve yung goal na yun for this year or for the next upcoming years. Yeah. So, yeah, systems are really, really important.
Yeah. And lastly, I just wanted to say that however you design systems to achieve the things that you want in life, it's really up to you. And you have to match up the systems with your goals and what you are willing to do again. Okay. And ask yourself which ones are adding value to you and help you feel fulfilled. Because you also have to remove bad behaviors that are holding you back, and then learn to adapt new habits that will make will make your process more effective, resilient,
Yeah.
or parang bulletproof, something like that. And then lastly, you have to create a life and routine around you that lets you be the most effective system. Actually, if you think
Mm-mm.
about it, ikaw yung system na yun. You are the super system.
I
Sabi nga
love it.
nila. You are the super system. Because you're the
Yeah.
one who's doing all the systems. So you are the
Mm-mm.
super system. Yeah.
True. And gusto ko rin alisin sa isip natin na yung lagi natin sinasabi na I'll be happy once I achieve that goal.
Yeah.
Kasi that saying kasi actually delays the happiness, di ba?
Mm-mm.
So it's really important to create system that makes us appreciate it and it makes us fall in love with our progress. Kasi dun sa journey na yun, dun mo mahanap yung happiness, di ba?
Yup, that is true. So if we have
Yes.
nothing more to add, sis, I think we can already wrap up this. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for listening, and we will
Thank
see
you
you on our
guys.
next episode. Bye
Bye.
bye.